Hello and welcome to another tournament stream. This time we are following the top echelon day 1 for the Asia server. As you can probably already hear, I'm actually sick, so I sound quite awful. I will try to keep the coughing and the sneezing to a minimum for you guys, but hopefully you will forgive me if I have to do any of those at some point. Basically, like I said, we're following the top echelon tournament today and tomorrow and the day after that. And I'm going to take you to my garage right now. And this is the lineup for the Asia server. And this is what we have to look forward to, because we've seen some of these clans fight in the professionals tournament. Of course, these aren't the same teams because they are not allowed to be in the same team, in this tournament if they have participated in the professionals tournament, that is. And we will be following E7 Uprising, and this is a team that I immediately really liked, because look at the names, Disney princesses and other Disney characters, it's awesome. I heartily approve. But yeah, Mulan is one of my favorite Disney movies, absolutely love it. So, and of course you have Cinderella and Olaf the Snowman and Ariel and Elsa and all of it. And I think it's just grand that I'm following this team because of that. So in the meantime, I have to keep an eye on the YouTube thing, because I have to activate that manually, because OBS basically makes me. And I will go to my garage so that we can keep an eye on the room invite that will be up in less than 2 minutes now. So first up, we will be following E7 Uprising versus OJ Forever OJ, which I have an inkling is related to OJ Simpson. And as we do that, we go to one of my least favorite maps and one of my best of my favorite maps, that is. And we start off on Castilla. All of these matches are best of 3, so the one that gets 2 victories first basically goes through. And right now this is a round robin, so people collect points, and with the points they go on to the finals on Sunday. But we have 4 matches lined up today. And like I said, first we have E7 Uprising versus OJ Forever OJ. And we start that off on Castilla, which I don't really like, but meh. I will go over these maps with you as we get them. And after that we get Faust. Faust is lovely, one of my favorite maps, as I said. But basically it's just going to be a fun day of pretty quick matches, I imagine. And like I said, I'll go over the maps when we are actually in the room, so that we can have a bit of a talk of what is to come, because it would be quite useless for me to take you over 8 maps now, when we have plenty of time in between the matches to actually do that. So let me just go and open a free crate, because why not? And I get an avatar. Wow. I actually spent gold on my Asian account yesterday to get this Venom Hunter Spider thing as an avatar, because I really like that one. And the funny thing is that was the one that I really wanted, and I bought 1 avatar crate, and it was like, yeah, okay, fine, you can have it. And I was like, yay, because I only had to spend 100 gold for that then. Of course, this is not an account that I actually play on, so for that reason I don't really do anything on this account, and that's why I don't mind spending the gold that I have from the whole whatchamacallit, the tutorial and all of that, and checking your profile, to just use that. So I am just waiting for everything to catch up. We have a room invite. Let's go and check that. We have 4 minutes left. I'm actually on OJ's side rather than Uprising's, but okay. That is something that I always found quite funny. So I'm just gonna resize my browser so that I can keep an eye on you guys on YouTube without it getting in the way of the screen and making me make everything even smaller, because that is quite useless. So like I said, Forever OJ versus Uprising. Chickens, I have no... Oh, they can set their own spectators in this tournament. That's fun. That's not always the case, so yeah. So I have to chat at hand. Again, there is a 5-minute delay on this stream so that no one can see the lineup of the others. And that means that everything you say basically that I would respond to. I respond to 5 minutes after, which is quite useless, so I generally don't do that unless there's like a lull in the stream and I have plenty of time to answer questions. I'm just waiting. I'll go over the maps in a minute. Let's see, what did I say? The first map that we're gonna get is Castilla. Castilla is one of those maps where I quite hate it. I'm not a fan of it. In randoms, I don't mind it that much, but in tournaments, it's just so team dependent. Well, basically, of course, all of it is team dependent, but everything depends on where the team goes. And in a good tactical match, the teams will be a little bit spread out, and people will be watching every which way. You have some people at A, some people at the Citadel, some people on the other side, and that goes for both teams. But if you go here and you go to either side and the whole enemy team is sticking together, basically it means you're doomed. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of it. But at the same time, we have seen some epic gameplay here as well. But this has also been the map where we've seen the most still gameplay in the tournament season so far. So that is the first that we get. After that we go to Faust. Faust is one of my favorite maps. I absolutely love it because this is one of the worst that I use like the most in the whole tournament season. It is cheeky. It is a very cheeky map and I absolutely love it. You have these bridges, you have the tunnels, and you can get shots from weird positions into weird positions on the other side. It's just, I love it. So yeah, again, by the way, I'm actually sick, so I sound really dramatic. I might be coughing at some point. I hope that I can avoid that, but yeah. But yeah, in 1 minute we will go into the team. I have a feeling that Cinderella will not be driving the M2 Light, though I would heartily love seeing that. I would love it even more if I saw... Oh god, a tier 9? Really? Okay. I would love it even more if we saw an MS1, because, well, MS1 is like, I miss that tank so much. So I'm just checking to make sure that I have no map on the screen, that we are ready. I'm pulling up my cheat sheet of camera commands. That makes it easy to just keep track of everything. And in 30 seconds we are good to go, and we see that OJ has readied up with an Object 268, 3 IS-4s, a 113, a Batchat and an IS-7. So that's quite a heavy lineup. Only the Batchat really has speed, with the 113 maybe. And of course the 268, but on this map most of the teams are camping. And on Uprising side we see a 113, 2 113s even, 3 IS-4s, an AMX 30B, and a Batchat. So that will be interesting. That Batchat from OJ might be in a lot of trouble with that. Depending on where they go, of course. Love the avatars. Lots of random stuff happening at OJ's side, but E7 is like, this is it. What the hell? Okay, so let's go free camera. And let's see what they do. What the hell? Okay. Okay, so we have OJ heading towards base C. We see that Uprising is heading more towards the other side. And the AMX 30B is going to overlook base B. Basically, OJ is making quite an aggressive push here. They're actually not expecting anyone to be able to shoot them right there. And of course that shot missed, so that didn't actually shoot them. With the 268 heading behind. Cinderella has been spotted. He's getting shot at. They are attempting to get base C again in an unspotted Batchat. And basically the AMX might be in trouble here because he can't really go anywhere. Base A is almost kept. Base C will be kept quite a bit sooner. And that means that OJ will have a slight point advantage. I'm not exactly sure what Cinderella is doing here. That is not really the way that I would prefer to go here. But it is letting her remain unspotted. While OJ takes holding positions. And Cinderella tries not to drown. as she regroups with the team. But now basically it will be up to e7 to actually make a move and to do something here, because we want to avoid having a stalemate match, at least I would say. And with OJ having a tiny bit of advantage point-wise, it will be up to e7 to make a move at some point. They either need to take out a tank or just stand in base C for a little bit, but with base C being quite protected, that is not really the way that I would want to go. But right now all of them are holding, no one is really doing anything. Jack number 1 ace wants to have some help, not sure what from because there's no one there. AMX is repositioning, Batchat is repositioning with him, and AMX is going into a position that I really like, that can be really effective if you have targets, but no one has been spotted, except for Cinderella herself. I'm just gonna say herself because you have a female name. I'm just gonna assume that you're female as well. And she's in a really good position right now, but that also makes it very tricky because he can't really get out of there. And as you can hear, I'm actually still saying he because it's just so logical to assume that people are he's in this game. Elsa is in a really precarious position there. That is not really where I would like to be. But now we see HP dropping in a lot of positions. And Elsa might need some help there because she's alone and that can mean that she can get rushed. Oxplot losing a ton of HP. Basically you have a massive firefight going on, but it's costing E7 a lot more than it does OJ. We have the 113s now moving in. But they're now in a position where they will get hammered by the Batchat and the 268 and the IS-7. There goes Elsa. Way too forwards there. The 113s aren't even focus firing, they're just firing. Mulan just managed to destroy it. Ooh, Viridian is just almost absolutely gone. And OJ just has way more of an advantage, both HP wise and point wise. Viridian is not going to survive this. There he goes. And now it is 4 versus 6. And we have one lone IS-4 that is now dead. It is 4 versus 5. With a lot of HP advantage in OJ's advantage. And Olaf is not even trying to cap the base. But he is a Batchat. There is a 268 there. And you want to avoid getting shot as a Batchat by a 268. Because that can be quite painful. At the same time, they kind of have to cap the base. If they don't, they've definitely lost. And the Batchat is expecting the other Batchat. Oxplot almost dead. Jack number 1 ace holding. Batchat now firing shots and leaving himself ready to get devoured by the Batchat and the IS-7. Because he has only one shot left. Olaf now going through base B, luckily getting missed by that 268. But he's not going to survive that. He's also ramming an IS-4, which is generally not a really good thing to do. There goes the Batchat. 268 got him after all. And it is 4 versus 2. And this game is definitely going for OJ. Poor Cinderella is now all on her own. Unable to really do much of anything. Because going either which way puts them in the line of fire of someone else, and that is the end of Cinderella. So with the best of 3 now, Uprising has a challenge. Because they have to win every match from now on, and OJ has 2 games to win just 1. So that puts them at an advantage. They can take it a little bit easy. I'm also very curious what renamed user's name used to be. Because, well, renamed people generally have names that were not okay. So that makes them quite naughty. But then OJ might have been very naughty as well. So we now have OJ readied up with 1, 2, 3, 4 IS4s, a Mouse, a Chieftain MK6 and a Leo 1. Whereas we see the other side with a Batchat, a 2268, a Patton, another Batchat and 2 IS4s. I quite like the mobility of the team. I'm not sure if it's going to work against this lineup. It all depends on the focus fire, and we saw last match that people were shooting completely different targets, which is generally not something that you want. Basically, the one that wins is generally in the focus fire. So with 33 seconds left to go, we are ready. Both teams are ready, and they have 2 spectators. They have 2 spectators as well, so that's fair. I wonder who's going to be the caller, because it's a lot easier to call when you just have oversight. You don't actually have to play yourself. At the same time, with the Professionals tournament, people couldn't do that. So then you had the caller that was also the captain of the team, basically, that was also playing. And that makes it a lot harder. So, and here we go. I already sound so weird to myself. I can't imagine what I sound like to you guys. But yeah. So let's see what they do now. Where do they go with this lineup? With so many heavy tanks. With the Leo going down towards the middle, and all the heavy tanks, including the Mouse, seeming to head more towards base A. Winters is going more with the Leo. Syrup is doing the same, but the Mouse and the Chieftain and one of the IS4s are going towards base A, and they have been spotted. Which I think is a very good call. It also means that Mulan is not going to get the cap. And we just have to wait, because they're slowly making their way towards the middle, but nothing really much is happening. And the Mouse will take forever to get anywhere. None of the bases has been capped. We have a camping Leo, which is something that in random battles is the last thing you want to see. Mulan is taking a bit of a hit there, but not all that much. The Mouse wants help. Not sure what he wants help with. Okay, now he's actually getting hit, so that might be it. We have the IS4s all heading towards the middle. Basically, OJ is nicely spread out. Elsa has been spotted. Olaf just got a massive hit there. Dog of HLV Dulcie just took a little bit of a hit. Elsa's basically just spotting. The Mouse is very slowly but surely making his way to base A, perhaps. No, he's actually side-scraping there. And nothing much is happening. We have a Leo versus a Batchat here. And it depends on the lines of fire. And Mulan is not eager to get there. Sparky just got some hits. And they are pulling back. The IS4s are pushing in the middle. And we see lines of fire happening by the Leo and the Batchat there. But it also means that the Batchat will soon be out of shots. Winters has been hit quite a bit, and he's going around the back. And overall, now E7 has a slight HP advantage. The Mouse is pushing through the water, because that is really not what I would want to do. We have the IS4s taking fire. No bases have been capped yet. Well, E7 actually has an advantage, but they need to be careful because they have a Mouse and an IS4 that's going to be close behind them. And they need to make sure that the shots count. There we go, one gun out of the way. Let's get the other. Winters is next. And he manages to survive, but Syrup, or however you pronounce that, does not. And there goes Winters. Now it's the Mouse and the IS4 there. We have the Chieftain. The Patton went down quite literally, but he's still alive. She's still alive. IS4 being hammered. Base B has been capped. The Mouse is pretty much ignored in favor of the IS4. There goes OJ wah wah wah. And now it's just 2 versus 6. Even though there's some quite low HP targets, it's 2 versus 5 because of that. And basically what they should do now is cap a base. Elsa needs to not shoot and not get spotted because she's at a disadvantage there. If she gets shot, she's basically dead. And there goes the Leo, and now it's just the mouse. And Oxblot with the most HP is going in for that. Nice little action. Nice bounces. If he survives long enough, he might actually do it. But driving past someone... He does kill the object with that, but driving... What the hell was that shot? I don't know, but... Yeah, that was a corpse in the middle of the buildings of a guy that was long since dead. But okay. Mouse almost dead now. Heading behind the buildings. Plane flying by. At random. And there goes the mouse. And it is 1-1. Leo did quite well, but that's basically don't camp in the light. Yeah, of course, in this case it can be tactics, so then it's different because your whole team agrees to you camping. But yeah. And yeah, I see people commenting on how I sound. Yes, I am a little snotty. No, I'm actually sick, which sucks. But yeah, I sound so sexy right now, don't I? So we are going to Faust now, and Faust is just lovely. I love it. We have little more than 1 minute to go. And Sparky is offline. I think that he'll be back soon. I hope so. And we have E7 ready with a Batchat, a 113, 2 AMX 50Bs and IS4, a 268, and to potentially another 113 if Sparky comes back online. And on the other side we have OJ readying up in a Foch, 2 IS4s, 2 113s, a Mouse and a Batchat. And Sparky is back with the 113, so both teams are ready and raring to go to my favorite map for the tiebreaker. So now we just wait, with not much else to do. I'm just keeping an eye on my streaming program as well to make sure that I don't accidentally have a map on the stream. It's actually 1-1 guys, but you're still seeing 1-0. Also, I have this nice little bit of licorice in my mouth, because otherwise I will be coughing to no end, and that would make it a very disgusting stream, really. So here we go. And again, this is round robin, so it's not really a knockout thing. Basically, every one of these 8 teams is facing another one of these 8 teams. So we have the Batchat that is heading towards the back, probably going towards Spotty at the back there. We have Studio that is getting a base. We have E7 doing the complete opposite, all heading towards A except for the Batchat. And I wonder if we're gonna have seen Spotty. But no, we don't. He's not actually, he's hiding. He's not spotting. Which I understand. But that makes what these guys do quite interesting. 268 heading at the back. Sparky and Cinderella moving forwards. Going to meet the 2 113s and the IS4. And we hear some first shots being fired. Seems. But no damage has been done yet. Bouncy. OJ took some hit there. Oxblot making a cheeky push here. Oh no, he's actually at the back. No, he's just heading around. I thought he was pushing. That would have been quite nice. But he's just going down below. Probably heading for 8905. And he has not been spotted yet. 3 damage for Oxblot. And then he pulls back. And if you hear a lot of background noise, that is my very friendly neighbor being annoying. Cinderella now losing shots. They are teaming up together, but this is not looking good for either of them, to be honest. Base A being kept, IS-4 being absolutely hammered now. He's gone. Shirupno in a lot of trouble. Almost dead. There he goes. And that means that OJ has already lost 2 tanks. And if E7 plays this wisely, they can have this game. They are actually bumping into each other and being not very useful. We have the Forsyths getting hammered. AMX has reloaded. So that will be the end of Winters. Wah is still alive, still full health. Ooh, there goes Oxblood. But it is 6 versus 3. And it is unlikely that they will survive this. Cinderella is getting hammered. But as a low HP target, that makes sense. But Wah just vanished. The Batchat is reloading, so he can't really do anything. 268. Ooh, the Batchat is still alive. He's actually the last one alive, but he's gonna be met by the 268. I don't think I can go in here. Well, actually I can. But that's... Ooh. This... What the hell? Okay. Actually the Batchat got rammed to death. Nicely done. And that is the first point going to E7. So, let's see what the score is. So, let's see. We have the chart. Feast 2 has a point. And it is 2-1 versus EGS. Ooh, we're next up against, see that? Feast 2 versus Uprising. So that's what we're going to be seeing next. And that is going to happen in about 8 minutes. So I'm not going to show you a replay in the meantime. These matches are quite fast onto each other. And let's see what else have we got. They aren't ready yet by the looks of it. No, Act has a point, but it's just not updated yet. So Feast has a point, Act has a point, and RE7 has a point. And let's see what we get next. This is like, why would you have to do that today? Rory also got a point versus King. So again, sorry for the background noise, not much I can do about it. It's like, why could you not do that like in a few hours? Why does it have to happen now? But okay. So let's open a free container while we wait for the room to pop up. I have actually no idea what they're doing. And we can admire my pretty little tier 1. So not much else we can do. We can admire the garage. People have been getting really annoyed at the dog, which I think is quite funny. Tanks and trucks driving. A little Berlin camo tank over there. I actually quite like this garage, it's quite nice. But yeah, we are just waiting and enjoying the scenery with the little butterfly. The wood that is the wood block that is chopped like that, but if you chop a tree like that, it's really not useful. Unless you have like a big giant saw or something, but that is not how you do it with an axe. But okay. So let's see. Like I said, we have now Feast versus E7, and we are going to go to. Actually, I'm getting tagged. I'm just getting distracted by Discord here, and by a very slow Discord, which does not help matters. So I'm actually getting tagged in the big server by Brian, fellow streamer, about whether or not we're ready to stream the Asia games. But we've already started like 20 minutes ago, so okay. So, like I said, we are moving on to... We have a room invite, so let's accept that first. I am readied up. And we are going to the maps. Black Goldville, so let's go there first. That looks like this. You have base A, which is the medium side near the caves and all of that. You have base B in the middle, which is like, I want to die when I go here. And base C is more the heavy base. Base B, if you get it, it will be very hard for the enemy to decap it again. But the trick is getting it. That is generally hard, and it generally leads to people being destroyed. And for me, in random matches, basically the base that I go to is base A. I quite like it. I like the positioning around there. But if you don't have a team and your enemy has a team and they rush together a little bit, basically you're absolutely doomed. But yeah, overall, I relatively like it. It's like in the middle of the okay zone for me. And after Black Goldville, we are moving on to Middleburg. Middleburg is one of the trickiest maps in Supremacy tournament matches, in my opinion. Because if you have too much power in the hills, then you are weak in the city. And depending on if your enemy team is slightly strong in the city, that can get you absolutely slaughtered. But at the same time, it is possible to cap a base in the city and to just push the other base in the city and just grab that. But it all depends on what your enemy does. And that's quite why I like it. And it's also why I can absolutely hate it. It's, again, pretty team dependent. In randoms, I always prefer the positioning around base C. Unless I drive something very heavy. I'm going to take a drink because my throat is itchy. And I don't want to start coughing on stream. And I'm gonna take another licorice. I can really advise that, by the way. If your throat is itchy, just get some licorice. We have this thing here that is called honey licorice. And it's like really soft and soothing for the throat. So yeah. So I'm going to take away the map. And we're gonna see what happens. So we have 2.5 minutes left. The teams are all there. All readied up. And we have Feast ready with an E50M, a 268, an Object 140, 2 IS4s and 2 113s. And on the other side we see 1, 2, 3 IS4s. Ooh, the Chinese TD tier 10 thingy. A Batchat, another Batchat, an Object 140. So that's, again, I like the teams that E7 is choosing, because there's a little bit of armor with a little bit of firepower with a little bit of mobility. The teams are a lot more balanced. There's not like a gluttony of... Well, there is a gluttony of IS4s, to be honest. But it's not like a gluttony of heavy tanks altogether. Basically, the IS4s are the heavy tanks and the rest is either mobility or firepower. And that works quite nicely. So we have 1.5 minutes left to go for our first match on Black Goldville. And with these lineup, I would predict that we see some base A action with the E50M potentially wanting to ram one of the Batchat. Because that's something that you really want to do in an E50M. I like that the E50M has been used quite a bit more these days. It's not one of my favorite tanks in tier 10. It's not one of my favorite medium tanks. But it has been getting a lot more attention lately, and I quite like that. Oh, depends. I'm just seeing what Lopani said about hammering and the hammering. But yeah, in 35 seconds we are going to go to the next match. Again, it's a best of 3, it's a round robin. So even if you lose one, you could still go through to the top 4. 4 teams will be eliminated after tomorrow. We have 4 of the matches today, 3 of the matches tomorrow. And then the people with the most points will go to the... Ooh, Sparky, ready up, dude. Actually, regarding what he's hanging, he's probably hanging one of the fire extinguishers. At least that's what they were supposed to do somewhere these days, so... Probably that. And here we go. This on in the Batchat, that looks like quite funny. So let's see what happens. We have the Badget going respectively towards base A and, well, not actually towards base B, but more like in the middle. And there's a rock here that is literally blocking me. That is annoying. We have Feast focusing primarily on base A. The Badget there to spot them. And he managed to do so and remain unspotted himself. That is cheeky, but good. We have the IS-4 spotting an IS-4. Base A almost has been capped. Base C is pretty much abandoned. But that means that the pressure is on E7 to make a move and do something. Elsa has been spotted at the back there, so they know there's someone more behind there. Base C now getting capped. But they will already have a point advantage, so they will still need to make a move. IS-4, the only one that has been spotted. The Mets pulling back now that they've capped base T. I think they will want to get base A as well. The IS-4s in the middle haven't been spotted. And Feast just contently holding at the back. Not much they can do about it. And we are just waiting for some action. Badget's heading around, probably going to clip the IS-4. Shots being fired, Badget being spotted. That is not a good position to be spotted in. And immediately Feast is responding. Base B now also having been capped. That is a cheeky but very clever move from E7. They will have the point advantage soon. The Object 140 is heading for the Badget. He probably thinks the Badget alone, but there's another Badget there and an Object 140. So that means that our Pixel Rage is in a lot of trouble. At least I think this is Pixel. Badget taking a little bit of damage. Ooh, IS-4 is almost dead there. But Coles here is alone. He has some teams, but they are not able to help him. Nice little bounce there on the front. And now they are rushing and getting in each other's way, but that is the end of Coles. And they are moving in. Working together, focus firing. Feast is cluttering in the middle. They are going. There goes the IS-4. Now Feast has lost 2 guns, but Elsa is very soon going to die, but he's probably gonna take out. Well, he did. She did. This is confusing, guys, honestly. So Oxblot is probably gonna die. Elsa just died. But it is 6 versus 2. And this really can't go anywhere but in E7's direction. As they have 2 bases as well. Sparky is now in trouble. But actually we've already ended the match because there's 1k points for E7. And that means it is 1-0 for E7, and that means the pressure is on Feast. Because they need to participate in... they need to win the next 2 games if they want to get the point. And to answer Mr. Rock'n'Roll 4's question, yes, today is the EU tournament as well. I'm streaming both Asia and EU and NA later on. So basically lots of streams happening this weekend. I will be streaming all 3 for all 3 days. So that means we have round robin day 1 today. And round robin day 2 tomorrow. And then the finals with a double elimination system on Sunday. And I'll be streaming all of them for you guys. Well, actually also for me, because I like having a front row seat. And I just hope that my sexy voice gets a little bit better as the day goes on. Because that will be quite horrible if I have to do everything like this. Because, like it has been said, I am snotty. So, with 45 seconds left to go, we are almost ready for the second match on Black Goldville. We see that Feast has readied up with an Object 140, an Object 268, a Leo, 3 IS-4s, and a Badget. Whereas I'm not entirely certain what what is happening on E7 side. They are basically derping around, looks like. But we see an Ice 4, another Ice 4, two 113s, a 268, a Batchat, and a 140. And in 7 seconds we get to go to the match and we get to see what happens. And we get to see if we get a 2-0 or 2-1. And here we go. Aiming always helps. I like that they're disagreeing with that. So we have Olaf going towards the middle. And we see that E7 is primarily going towards base A right now. With only Olaf to overlook base B. And he's going to spot another Batchat there. Actually, they're so close and they're not spotting each other. And they are spamming the chat. And that would be so annoying to me. We have the Ice 4 now going into base B, which is a safe cap because there's no one there. Base C also being capped, and that means that if these guys should rush this place, but there's pretty much no one there but the Object 140. And he's not going to stick around for long, I think. And now Feast has two bases. We have Mulan that is capping base A. Object 140 has been spotted, drives into a rock. Miraculously it gets away with getting shot only once. No idea how that happened. Base A has been capped, but Feast has a near, well, around 90 points point advantage. And that means that they will have to make a push, and they will have to make an effective push. They will have to steal a base. We have the Leo here. We have a Batchat falling down and damaging himself. The Leo holding but turning around to go elsewhere. Or to reverse side scrape, whatever works in Leo, I suppose. And we have Cinderella and Viridian making a move. Shooting HE. Oh, that Leo is poor Leo. He is running away. But I wonder if he's gonna make it. And probably if he hadn't tried to get that shot and hadn't driven into a rock because of it, he would have made it. Ooh, Batchat getting absolutely hammered. Let's see where he is. Batchat versus 140. Ooh, there goes Sparky. Batchat reloading. And Olaf has to be careful. But he has a 268 with him, who just fired and did no damage. 268 is gonna need some help. Base A being stolen. Oh, poor 268 is gonna be slaughtered. The team has arrived, but they're not saving their teammate. And now Feast has 3 bases, and this is basically just Feast game. There's no way they can do this at 900 points already. Olaf making a move, wanting to get that Object 140. Elsa already dead. It is 4 versus 4, but with Feast having so many bases, and we're already at 990 points. This is Feast game. Doesn't matter if they make another kill. And it is 1-1, and we go to the tiebreaker map. Let's see how close that was. The damage-wise, it was very, very close, but Feast dominated with the bases. So we are moving to Middleburg. And I wonder what we're going to see here. If they're going to try and dominate the hills, or dominate the city, or play like a random match where everyone goes every which way and then we see how it goes. Because that's the tricky part about this map. It is hard to decide on a tactic for this map, I believe. Mainly because you have to, in Supremacy, you have to dominate 2 bases. Not necessarily cap, but dominate 2 bases. And that is near impossible on this map. So in 1 minute we get to go to the tiebreaker. I actually like tiebreakers because there's so much pressure on both teams. And we see E7 has readied up with a betcha 3-4 140s, 2 IS4s. I have a feeling that we're gonna see a hill rush here. And we see Feast readying up with 3 113s, a 268, a Leo 1 and 2 IS4s. I think the 113 could work out really well here because it is relatively mobile, but at the same time, when it gets hit, it really gets hit. And that's not something you would want, I think. Not all of the spectators are ready, but the teams luckily are, and those are the most important. I am readied up, I made sure of that. And in 9 seconds we get to go. Dwarf just said, better to sound like that than to have to do the stream in sign language. That would be very difficult considering I don't use a webcam and I don't think you actually see me. So let's see what happens in the tiebreaker. We are with Milan, who's sporting a nice batchat with a lovely camo today. And who seems to be going town. As is the rest of Feast. Which means that the IS7s might be in, IS4s might be in a lot of trouble. Base B is being capped. Batchat is gonna try and cap base A, but he's gonna get absolutely slaughtered there. Oh, poor Milan. But they kinda should have felt this coming. Random shots happening. Base C almost capped. Base B almost capped. And Milan is... Okay, I was gonna say is still alive, but that was spoken a bit too soon. We have Emerald moving in. Cap the base, Emerald. You know you want to. You know you have to. And you get a free base. Come on. And we have capping going on. And basically we have entered the brawl stage. And everyone is losing HP. People are dying. And it's all about the focus fire. Base B has almost been capped. And that means that the point advantage will be in E7's up thingy. Sparky is almost dead. Olaf is getting murdered. Cole's just vanished. There went Winterfox. Olaf is still alive. No, again, I spoke too soon. And we have the 268 that is now being sandwiched. Buddy will still get a shot in. But it won't be. Now it's 4 versus 4, but E7 has the HP advantage. Cinderella's still alive, running away wisely. Basically, as long as Cinderella just runs and manages to survive, they might have this. There we go. Emerald still alive. Cinderella still alive. Don't ask how. Base B being capped. Cinderella now in trouble. Cinderella in massive trouble. Ooh, that was a very lucky Cinderella. And there goes Fmic. And now it is 3 versus 1. And we are at 800 points. And as long as Cinderella stays alive, they should have this. But not sure what is happening here. They're not helping their teammate much. But it will be the end of Vikram. We saw some nice chat going on with luck wishes. And some banter from E7. And the point goes to E7. But that was an exciting match. That could have gone either way, to be honest. I think that Cinderella there saved the day, to be honest. So let's see how the points are right now. Axe and E7 have a point. Let's see what Rory did. LSA. Let's see what they did. Okay, so LSA has a point. Actually, we know this. And this is 8 points, so this is the score right now. And let's see what are we up against next. Up next is versus Pikachu. And we are going to go to Port Bay, so I'm just gonna... Actually, we still have a little bit of time, but I'm not starting another replay because it's less than 5 minutes before... Well, it's actually about 5 minutes before the room is up, so I'm not gonna risk that. We are going to go to Port Bay, which is not one of my favorite maps, but I don't actually hate it either. It looks like this. You have base A in the harbor, base B in the square in the middle, and base C in the more right side of the map. Base C is sort of isolated, but at the same time it is a lot easier to dominate base B from base C than I feel it is from base A. Because there's a lot of buildings in the way, and it is easier to keep C than to keep A. Because of the elevated, basically, they have the higher ground. So that is the first map that we get. I'm always curious what they do on these maps, because, well, team play just works so much different than randoms. Personally, I always favor the area around base C, unless my team has quite a heavy lineup, or at least not the mad advantage, and then I tend to go towards base A. But yeah, that is the first map that we get, and after that we get a tiebreaker like we have in the last two matches. We go to Dynasty Sprawl. Dynasty Sprawl is one of the maps that it is quite nice, but at the same time it's one of my least favorite maps because it is so small. Even if you have a light or a medium here, it is actually hard to dominate with them because you can't really run around. And I just noticed that if you look at the shape of the city, if you tilt your head a little bit, you see a panda. Because like you have the belly with the hatch base C, then you have the chest with the neck at base B, and you have the head with the little ears around base A. That's actually quite fun. I never noticed that before. So this is going to be called the panda map now. But I actually quite like that. So yeah, that is the second map that we're going to get if we get a tiebreaker. And now we just have to wait about 4 minutes before we actually go. And I'm actually gonna mute the microphone a little bit so I can blow my nose. I'm very sorry, but it needs to happen. 1 second. So yeah, that was definitely needed. But now I'm ready again. And we just have to wait a little bit before we go to the next match. This is funny. Rexy Commandante, one of the Wargaming staff members, just said that spectators are allowed in middle and lower Echelon championships. But we have seen spectators so far as well. So I'm not sure how that works. So meanwhile you are seeing my pretty garage with the seal thingy. Actually, what is the seal thingy? That would be nice if this was actually an account that I play on. But it's not, because my ping on Asia server is quite horrible. In the meantime, let's see. This is seriously the only avatars I have here. I so like that effect that I got the the spider one from the one crate that I bought. And we just have to wait a little bit. In about 2 minutes the room will be up. Well, 1.5 probably. So you get to see the trucks. This is something that really annoys me. We hear a dog barking, like, all the time. There's no dog inside. There's nothing in the tent. You can see that they're empty. I mean, he could be in the back of the truck and all that, but where is the bloody dog? It's annoying. I mean, with the crickets I understand, they're like tiny, so it would make sense that you don't actually see an individual cricket. But where's the dog? I wonder if that is something... This can really annoy me. When I look at these things, it's just... Like, there's a giant piece of the puzzle just, like, not there. Would be funny if you saw a chihuahua there or something. Dogs going over one of these bridges. Every year, by the way, fun fact. We have this giant walking event in my city, Nijmegen. It's called the 4 Days Marches, Walk of the World. There's like 45,000 people, I mean, participating, military and civilians and all of that. And it's basically people walking 30, 40 or 50 kilometers per day. And they get a medal if they manage to finish all 4 days. Basically, you just walk like 160 kilometers. What distance you do is limited by age, unless you don't want a medal. But you have to walk a certain distance depending on your age. And if you're a soldier, you walk a slightly different path with exercises. And you have to carry a bag with, like, what is it, 40 kilo or something? No, actually, not 40. Can't be 40. But generally, like, standard gear. And they actually weigh your bag at the end, so you have to make sure that all the fluids that you have in there, that you drink throughout the day, don't make you fall below that weight, because then you get disqualified and then you won't get the medal. But yeah, the reason that I mentioned that is because on day 4, they actually cross a bridge like that. To uphold the whole 40 kilometers thing, they have certain routes around the area. Everyone knows it, so everyone knows where there will be problems and all of that. And near Kuik, which is a little village not that far from here, there's a body of water that they basically have to cross to get the 40. And it's actually good exercise for the military as well to make that bridge. So they actually make the bridge there. It's quite nice. And then you have one of those floating army bridges that you have to walk over. I quite like it. I like the incentive and all of that. But yeah, that is happening every summer, third week of July, I should say. And when you get to Friday and the last day of the walking, and there's just like, Nijmegen is just a full party then. And on average, there's like 3 million people more in the city than there usually live there. Just to give you an idea of how busy it is. Of course, aside from the walking, there's concert every day and all kinds of activities and everything. I'm always very happy to stay out of that. I don't like giant crowds of people. And of course, generally, it's like midsummer, so it's usually very hot. That's not something that I want. So yeah, in the meantime, I've talked quite a bit, and we have 2.5 minutes left to go. And we have on E7 side, we see 2 Object 140s, 2 113s, 2 IS-4s and an IS-7 for Port Bay. And on the other side, we see 2 IS-4s, 2 113s, an Object 140, a mouse and an E3. So that's a bit of a heavier lineup. But the E3 can work so well. The reason I explained what I was going to do was mainly because I don't want you guys to think there's like an awkward silence or something. Like, you actually understand what I'm doing. But yeah. You're very welcome for the mental image, Mahmoud. That dog so annoys me. I really want to know where he is. And I want Wargaming, if they're making a thing like this, they should add the dog. If they want to use the noise. So yeah, in just over a minute we will see the third matchup of tonight. Well, tonight for Asia server. This afternoon for me. And after that we will, at 8 PM CEST, which is like normal tournament time, I will be streaming the EU version of this. I actually don't know yet what team I will be following. I hope to hear soon. But it should be fun either which way. So in 37 seconds, we are going to go into the match. And by now you'll probably hear me talk about the walk of the world and all of that. And we see that e7 now has 2 object 140s. Bit more mobility. Funny thing is that the focus fire is something that the teams that we saw today need to work on. But the general lineup is more mobile and works better than we have seen in some of the professionals tournament matches. And here we go. First game of this matchup. And let's go up and away. Haven't seen that yet. And we see that e7 is heading towards base A. I'm stuck against the rock again. And we have king heading towards base C. And I wonder if we're going to see a double cap here. Because if they get cheeky and they cap both bases, that would definitely give e7 an advantage. They are capping base C, and we see e7 doing exactly that, with part of their team pushing forward quite aggressively. Is making sure that there are no campers there. Emerald in a precarious position, but he won't get shot there. And we have Cinderella heading more towards the back. We have Zeus that is turning around. And Cinderella might be in trouble here. Now she has been spotted. And she will probably get hammered. Viridian now as well. Viridian in trouble, Cinderella getting shot. Basically they should pull back, and they are doing so very wisely. Legends Never Die has lost half his health. Zeus moving in. Ooh, but not panning. But now the mouse is moving. The object 140s are arriving at the back of the mouse. Ooh, 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 ow. Poor Elsa. And poor Cinderella. They are almost gone. But there goes the e3. There goes Cinderella. The mouse is getting hammered. Viridian now bleeding HP. They have to be careful. There goes Red Panda. Red Panda on the panda map. That will be fun. Both teams have lost 2 guns now. And there goes the mouse, there goes Elsa. Both teams have lost 3 guns now. But so far, King does not have the point advantage. They do not have an HP advantage. They do not even have a gun advantage. Legends Never Die is almost dead. He's gonna die soon. Legends do die. And now we have an IS-4 and Object 140 that are hammering 1-1-1-3. The Object 140 that is running away. And they are turning around each other. But the IS-7 is also there. It's 2 versus 1 on both sides, and there we go. We have hit 1k points. And the object manages to survive. And the first game is 4e7. I love the cheeky double cap that they did, and the way that they pushed those teams quite forwards, because that worked out really well for them. And that is a move that I think... Well, it's actually... No. I was going to say that's a move that I think we're going to see more often, but at the same time, if King hadn't pushed towards base C all that much, both people at base A and base B could have been absolutely hammered by people waiting. But in this case, it really worked wonders to make that push and to make it like that. Only Cinderella and Viridian were in a lot of trouble there. So now we see the change changing a little bit. We see King readying up with a grill, a 268, 3 IS-4s, a Batchat and a mouse. And E7 is ready with 1, 2, 3 IS-4s, an STB, a VK, a 268 and a 113. STB is and will always will be one of my favorite tier 10 tanks. Absolutely adore it. It's not really a tournament tank though. For some reason it just doesn't seem to work that well there. But it is a lovely tank, and with the gun depression that it makes it one of the more sneaky tanks, and that's one of the reasons that I love it so much. So in 20 seconds we get to go into the match and we get to see what they do if we get another tiebreak and all that. I like the tiebreakers. And it's mainly also the reason why I can't play any replays for you guys, because there's just too little time between the matches. And I don't want to risk missing anything, so that's why I have not been playing any of them. But here we go. And there's always that little bit of doubt in the back of my mind where I wonder, did I ready up? Or when we enter the countdown. And here we go. And we see Easy now focusing primarily on base A and B again. With the STB Mulan heading towards the back Japanese tank for Mulan. But we have King a lot more ready out. Not sure what that is supposed to be. And Legends Never Die is ready. And there's an ambulance that has been called. I just love the whole background noise thing that I've got going on today. It's really annoying. Sparky moving in, but Ariel has been spotted if they communicated that. Elsa capping together with Sparky. Not sure if they're gonna get away with that. Not with those tanks at the back. Elsa losing a lot of HP, but they might be able to cap the base after all. No, they don't. They are pulling back. And we see the STB moving, shooting and missing the Batchat here. We have the grill at the back, 268 at the back, both ready to shoot whoever goes into base C. 268 now making a move. Batchat running away. 268 has been spotted. I wonder if they're gonna get away with that, but they might. Yeah, he does. And the 268 gets shot from all the way to the back, I think. And now he's pulling back. The Batchat is still there, but now they have a base. And even though they don't really have the HP advantage... Actually, they do. They have the HP advantage, they have a base advantage, they have a point advantage. All they need to do is hold and hold effectively. The mouse is pushing in. And taking a lot of bounces. We have the Ice Force. They are making a push as well. Ariel moving to the back. And now we see a massive firefight commence. The IS-4 face-hugging a mouse, which is not really something that I would generally do. Elsa is basically in trouble. Elsa's gonna die. Elsa's not gonna survive. There goes Elsa. But still, they have the point advantage. The base advantage. As long as they hold, and they hold effectively. Olaf is moving. Base A is being capped, slowly but surely. Ariel now in a lot of trouble, in a very precarious position. The Batchat moving in. Shots happening all around base A not being capped because Legends Never Die was almost dead. And I do see the irony in that. There goes Bullet for my Valentine. Both teams have lost. Well, okay, there goes Legends Never Die. Legends do die. It has been proven today. They do die. We have a mouse versus a VK. There goes Milan. Viridian is not all that far behind. Especially not showing his side like that. There goes Viridian. Now Cinderella is in trouble. They're all in trouble. They need to work together. We have Sparky getting rammed to death. Ariel now almost dead. People getting in each other's way. And now it is not shot by the VK. 268 versus the grill. He has to make this count. He does not. There goes Cinderella. That miss on the grill basically cost him the game there. There goes Olaf, and now it is just Sparky. Sparky will probably take out that grill. Or he does not. Even a attempt to ram does not kill the grill. And it is the end of Sparky. And we get a tiebreaker on the panda map. Honestly, I can't unsee that. I can't ever unsee that. It is a panda. I wonder if it was done on purpose. Or if it just sort of like worked out that way. I'm going to have to show this to Thibaut later on. Wargaming said that there's no spectator allowed in the top echelon. Then said there's one spectator allowed in the top echelon, but we've seen teams that have used two. So yeah. Like, case in point. 2 spectators for E7, 2 spectators for King. I mean, I don't mind either which way, but they can't really disallow it now, because otherwise it would just be impossible to put more than 1 spectator, but yeah. In 40 seconds we get to go to the panda map. And we get to see what happens. So we have King readied up in 3 IS-4s, a 268, and 140, a Yege, and a mouse. Don't see the Yege all that often, love it. It does work really well on this map. And on E7 side we see 2 IS-4s, 2 Object 140s, 2 AMX-50Bs, and a mouse. So that is a lot less armor than we see on the other side. Well, Yege does have a ton of armor. And he can work so well on this map. We've seen it do absolutely epic things. And Ariel has now a different avatar. She is a gem. And here we go. And we see the AMX-50Bs together with the mouse heading towards base C. Whereas the IS-4s with the 140s are going towards the town. And they will meet a lot of opposition there. I'm not sure you want to go there. Objects to the back. People are getting spotted. Base C has one lone Object 140 overlooking it. It is such a panda! Mouse now heading towards the middle. Oxblood already losing some HP. Base A being kept. Oxblood losing a lot of HP. And they are waiting for the IS-4 to peek out. Koshi losing HP, getting rushed by the AMXs. And there goes Koshi. Base A has been kept, but they lost the gun trying to do that. And now the IS-4 and the mouse are pulling back. Base B is being ignored. They're going straight for the Yege. That did not do damage! Oh my god! That's not something you want to see happen in a Yege. And now they are blocking each other. Yege is being hammered. Yege is almost dead. There goes the Yege. Legend Never Die also lost. And it looks like E7 is taking the tiebreaker home again. He is gonna get hit there. That's gonna hurt. Ooh, it does not. Okay. There goes bullet for my Valentine. Poor mouse is being bullied. And there he goes. And now we have a lone IS-4 here. With a lot of HP. And we have Sam that is almost dead there. Getting rammed into the wall. Poor Zeus. There goes Sam. Zeus is close behind. Almost dead, but he doesn't manage to bounce one. But Olaf kills Zeus. I did not know I could zoom in that far. Okay. And that is another match for E7. And let's see what else have we got. Let's see where we are point-wise. Because we got one matchup more tonight. Let's see, that is 6, 10, 12. We have all the points. Act and E7 both have the most points, and that will be interesting because Act and E7, if my memory doesn't abandon me completely, are the ones that we will see next. Yes, it is. And we will see them in about 11 minutes, which means that in 6 minutes the room will be up. And I am gonna risk it. I'm gonna show you a replay that got PM'd to me just now, and I'm gonna show it to you because, well, come on, open it. It is an STB game, and it is from a member from King, so that's also fun. And this is one of the maps where the STB is just absolutely awesome, in my opinion, because it is such a lovely tank, and the gun depression is just bliss. We honestly do need more Disney princesses in the game, I believe. And this camo does look gorgeous on it. So I'm just hoping this game doesn't last a full 7 minutes, because that might stress me out, but we still should have enough time to just go to the room and talk about the maps and all of that. Everyone is looking at him. That was a bounce. Nice little striking shot there. I like how forward he's being. And that is the first gun out of the equation. Nope, not aimed properly. And again. He has some really nice shots, but he does need to aim better. He needs to take more rest in his shots, because he's already zooming out again before he shoots, and that actually throws off your aim, which is generally why you should not want to do that. Cheating MK6 moving in, and the STB is like, nope. And why are you shooting the houses? That is so mean. Nice. That was a cheeky shot. Aim for the cupola. Nice. Well done. Honestly, I love E7 for the Disney names. That alone already is just epically fun. I love it. Like I said in the beginning, that is the main reason why I'm happy to follow this team. So far, he's done quite a bit of damage. Chieftain is murdering his E75. Only E75 gets to live. No, it's a panda map, Brian. You know that. There's the 268. Ooh, nice bounce. We are nearly 4k damage in. There goes the E75. And there goes the bad chat. He's giving you the evil eye. Nice little miss there though. Not aimed, so it bounces. And there's two reasons why I wanted to show you this replay. One of them is the fact that it's the STB, and it wouldn't have been sent to me if it wasn't a good match. Another reason, which I'm not gonna tell you yet, nice, 5.3k damage. Shoot the Capoda. Nice. And he still lives. There we go. 6k damage in. But, more importantly, look at that. Full health. Full health. 6.3k damage. Full health. That's gonna be awesome. Look at it. Ace with no HP lost. And I'm going to go quickly to the room. But look at this. This is just awesome. This is one of those wow games. I love it. And we are in time for the room, so yay for that. For both 3-pointers facing off against each other tonight. And we are going to go to Desert Sands first. And Desert Sands looks something like this. Is one of the more fun maps in my opinion. And base A is in the desert. That is basically where I would like to go because the position is quite good around there. And I feel that it's easier to push the city from the desert than the other way around. And you can decap base B from base A. And in the city side, you have base B and base C. Base C pretty much protected by buildings. And base B pretty open. And basically, we just have to wait and see what they do on this map. And if we get a tiebreaker, like we've done every match so far, we are going to go to one of my favorite maps, Vineyards. Base C is actually more into the city than it shows on here, but this was the official image that I found. And it's actually pretty outdated, because this is also still the dawn, the dusk setting, rather than the dawn that we have now. I loved it when the lighting was a little bit darker and stuff. It was really nice. So basically what we see people do is that they cap base A or base B. There are two positions where you can decap A from the south spawn and decap B from the north spawn. And I very much wonder if we're going to see that, because it is such a cheeky thing to do. And base C in the city is pretty hard to get and pretty hard to hold. But overall, this is one of my more favorite maps. So that is it. I'm going to take away the map again so that it's not on the screen for you guys. We have a little less than 3 minutes to go. Milan is trolling a little bit. And we are ready to go. I really do hope the stream is not lagging. It doesn't say that it is. But yeah. Okay, so we have Act 1. That is ready in an 2 ice force, 2 mice, an ice 7, a batchat and a 368. So we're definitely going to see some action around base C, I would say, because that is generally where you would send those mice. And on the other side we see 2 113s, a 121B. Don't see that very often. I really hope it has the camo, because that is one of the prettiest camo ever. And it's just so gorgeous. And we have a 268, 2 ice force and a batchat. But oh my god, 121B. So yeah, now we just have to wait about 2 minutes before we go into the game, and before we see if the 121B has the epic camo that makes it, in my opinion, the prettiest tank in the game. Oh my god, we still need Rapunzel. Yeah, we are missing a lot of Disney princesses, guys. Respect to the Disney princesses. We need more of them. We need Aurora, which, for those that are not nerd enough to know, is Sleeping Beauty. Of course, we need Rapunzel. And who else do we miss? There's several of those movies that I just really like seeing. Of course, you have the classic, you have Snow White that we don't have yet. I'm Mulan. No, we have Mulan. Moana, that's the one that I went. Technically not a princess, but still counts. What you call it? From Brave, one of my favorite movies ever. I can't think of her name. That's annoying. My phone, help me. Merida, of course, Merida. Oh, we need a Merida. In the meantime, Brian is insisting that Dynasty's Pro is a moth, but it's a Chinese map, Brian. Chinese pandas, they fit together. Okay, so with 17 seconds left to go, we have E7 that is readying up again, and we are all set to go. This is not something that I would do, guys, honestly. You have 3 seconds left to go. Sparky, come on! Don't do that kind of stuff. And here we go. And seriously, convince your clanmates to take more Disney princesses on board. Oh, Princess Leia is also a Disney princess. And look at this. Like I said, it is the prettiest camo ever. Look at this. It's so gorgeous. Honestly, I really love this tank. Okay, so that aside, we see that the Batchat is getting hammered. We have E7 completely in the desert. We see that Viridian took a little bit of damage there, but he's mostly just... ooh, Batchat going after the Batchat. Probably just to take him out. He can do that. There goes the Batchat. And Olaf is now just spotting people and running away, which I think is a good call. We have the mice pushing up through the middle, which is a very clever move. We've seen that on EU before and it was epic. The mice pushing base A being ignored. The 121B and the Batchat and the 113 are going after the IS force and they need to focus fire. Which they're kind of doing. Marutake. Ooh, 113 is getting hammered. There goes Ariel in his most gorgeous tank. Ooh, that was an expensive bounce. There goes the IS-4. And Act 1 has lost 2 tanks so far, but now Mulan is also gone. And Viridian is... oh, there goes Viridian actually. And they're sort of like split up, and that's not really a good thing. It is 4 versus 4. One team clotted in the middle. Big hit in the butt by the IS-7. Olaf is in trouble. He needs to be careful. The 268 is pushing up. Olaf is not going to survive this. IS-7 missed. There we go. Cinderella finishes the job. But there goes Sparky as well. Leaving the mice for last. No one's capping a base. That's what I think the Batchat should do. There goes the IS-4 and it is 3 versus 2. There, it's 2 versus 2. Batchat has to stay alive if they want this to work. Batchat is being very dangerous here. There goes the Batchat. That is a not so smart move. Because now it's just a 268 versus 2 mice. And that's not going to go well. Really, the Batchat should have gone around and kept base C, because versus 2 mice, that would have been the best way to go. We are seeing a lot of corpses here, by the way. Look at this. And I think the Batchat sticking around rather than going to cap a base is what cost him the game here. And we see some things being changed. And we have Act 1 already readied up in 2 Ice Force, 2 mice, an I7, a Batchat, and then 268. And on the other side we see a mouse, we see a 263, a YOLO wagon. We haven't seen that one tonight before. 2 Ice Force, a Batchat, and a 113. I'm not sure what people are laughing at, but... Ah, the Disney princesses. But to be fair, I like people not taking things too seriously with the names and all of that. Of course, you have the... what is it? Sniper, killer, whatever, something, Rommel, all of those combinations. And those people taking a bit too seriously. But I like it when people can have some fun with their names. And when the people have fun in the same clan with their names. Of course, if you put your clan tag in your name, basically it means that you can never leave that clan again, because it makes you look quite ridiculous to have the clan tag of another clan and to have it in your name. So in 50 seconds we get to see the second map on second match on Desert Sands. And we get to see what the princesses do versus Act 1. Let's go. Honestly, actually, Brave was on TV last night. I happily watched it because I love that movie. I see no reason to act my age, so I watch whatever I want. And that includes quite a lot of Disney movies, actually. So we now see that E7 is focusing primarily on the city side. And we have Act 1 doing similar things. Batchat is like, nope, and is running away. It will not remain unscathed. Will actually get hit quite a bit, but survives. And we have E7 that is capping base C. And they might be going after the 2 lone mice here, if they have an inkling that they're alone. People getting shot, no damage being done, not much at least. Cinderella taking a bit of a hit there. That's not really a position you want to be in, by the way. Like, if you're here, in these positions, around this place, people at A can quite nicely shoot you. So that's something you generally want to avoid. Seriously, 1-1B is like the prettiest tank ever. YOLO wagon is holding. I don't understand why he's not side-scraping off the building there. He could very easily do that. Or she, because Ariel. Basically they're holding, but E7 has a point advantage. They also have the pressure. They are finally pushing those mice. I think that's a bit too late, because by now the team has recovered and is putting together. Act 1's team, that is. There goes one mouse. Milano's almost dead at the back. Batchat is not looking all too healthy. There goes the Batchat. And we see HP being bled all around, but not fast enough. And Cinderella is not going to survive this. That's the next... Oh, there goes the mouse. Let's go over to Cinderella and let's see what happens there. Cinderella's being left alone. But we see Sparky bleed HP. Ooh, there goes Ariel. Make it count. That was not how you do that. Let's go over here. Cinderella just died. Oxplot is losing this. This point is going to go to Act 1. And they waited, just E7 waited way too long. At the back there. Waiting to see what the enemy was doing. They should have pushed those two mice, because with what was spotted in the desert, you knew that those mice were alone. And that's actually quite sad, because now Elsa is being obliterated. Ooh, that's a very pretty camo. Look at that. It also looks very pretty. And that means that this point is going to Act 1. And that score of today... Let's see if we have the all score yet. Act 1 has 4 points. E7 has 3. So that's 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're missing some points still. So let's see what is happening with Feast 2. They are still fighting. And let's see if we have... if something is happening here yet. Now this is working quite differently then. They have 2 groups. I love this. Look at the name from Chrono. Wrath of Bob. I like it. Kill me, please. And let's see what's happening in the lower. Aru versus Indian troops. Now for me it is over. You're still seeing matches, but yeah. But overall this was a fun matchup. Let's see if we have a score yet. It's not yet updated. Let's see what Rory is doing. We've seen Rory in like the preliminaries for the professionals tournament. That was fun. They are still working against OJ. OJ. Pun intended. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to find you another replay. To see if I have anything fun to show you. I've actually made a channel on my Discord that just for replays that I can show on stream. Of course, with the update and all of that, that doesn't always work out well. Let's see. What do I want to show you? I also have to take care that it has to be after the last update. Yeah, let's do this. And then we'll check the score again. I'm quite curious what happens here, but it is my favorite map and it is a very lovely tank, so... Oh god, someone just said that they're gonna change the name soon. I hope not. Keep the Disney princesses, they're fun. Three mediums versus 2 mediums and a light. So this is a ballsy move that way. And that one didn't go through. And that was unaimed. he's being too indecisive. And that's a bounce. And now he's moving in. Low, nice little bounce there. Shooting blindly at the back. Ramming your teammate, that's not really a good thing. Meanwhile, our enemy team has 2. That's nice and cheeky. I love that. Again, not aiming. Han, you're an awesome player. We've seen you in the professionals. We know what you can do. Why are you not taking any time for any shots? Stay in the base. You need that base. Ooh, that was borderline, but he managed it. And it's gonna go. There we go. X button. Shooting the wall. And there goes the E100. Again, aim. Aiming is so important. A lot of people don't aim or they zoom out again before they've shot. Nice little fire. Yege moving in. Nice. E100. He should have just kept driving. He would have jumped on top of our guy. Unaimed. 4.1k damage into it. He did cap a base. AMX unloading his clip. Ooh, that was lucky. Luck more than anything else, to be honest. And now there's just the AMX. We are 5.8k damage in. That's quite nice. Nice. Cheeky. Cheeky. I love it. So let's see what the points do. Let's check. Okay, so we have Act with 4 points, E7 with 3 points, so that means 7 points. Then we have Feast with 3 points, which is 10, and SA with 3 points, 13, 14, 15. I think I'm missing something. I'm missing 1 point. Am I? No, I think we should have 16 points in total. So who are we missing? Maybe I'm being really stupid, but yeah. Like 7, 10, 13, 14, 15. What am I missing? We just saw that actually. NSA. Let's see what they did. I can't imagine that anyone is still fighting. So confused right now. Oh well, anyway, tomorrow we get to see E7 versus LSA, E7 versus Rory, and E7 versus Eggs. So that should be fun. And basically that is it for now. I will be back tomorrow to stream the second day of the Echelon for the Asia server. And tonight, which is in 5.5 hours, thereabouts, I will be streaming the EU at Top Echelon, day 1. And in 12 hours and 23 minutes, I will be streaming the NA Top Echelon as well. So that's going to be fun. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys didn't mind my call all that much. And that it wasn't too annoying. And I'll be seeing you guys, well, hopefully tonight for the EU stream. Have a great day and goodbye. And thank you for the teams for the gameplay. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything, basically. Because I really adore doing these streams. It's just so much fun. But yeah, I'll see you tonight. Goodbye.